Welcome to Lecture 6, Projection of Regular Solids in Simple Positions. In the previous lectures, we learned the fundamentals of orthographic projection. In this lecture, we will apply those concepts to draw the projections of different regular solids such as prisms, pyramids, cylinders, cones, and cubes. Our focus will be on understanding the given position of each solid and learning the correct sequence for constructing its front view and top view. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to interpret the position of a solid and draw its orthographic projections confidently. Next slide. Regular solids. Before we start drawing projections, let us become familiar with the different types of regular solids used in engineering graphics. The figures shown here include a hexagonal prism, pentagonal prism, cylinder, cone, cube, pentagonal pyramid, square pyramid, and hexagonal pyramid. Each of these solids has a unique shape, but the principles of orthographic projection remain the same. As we solve drawing problems, always begin by identifying the type of solid, its base shape, its axis, and the surface on which it is resting. These observations will help you decide which view should be drawn first. Next slide. Types of solids. Regular solids are broadly classified into two groups. The first group is called polyhedra. These are solids bounded entirely by flat surfaces called faces. Examples include prisms, pyramids, cubes, tetrahedrons, and octahedrons. The second group is called solids of revolution. These solids are formed by revolving a plane figure about an axis. Examples include cylinders, cones, and spheres. This classification is important because the method of drawing projections depends on the geometry of the solid and its orientation with respect to the reference planes. Next slide. Importance of regular solids in engineering drawing. Regular solids play an important role in engineering graphics because they help us understand the principles of three-dimensional visualization. Many engineering components are either regular solids themselves or can be approximated using combinations of these basic shapes. By learning to draw the projections of regular solids, we develop the ability to visualize objects, interpret engineering drawings, and understand how the appearance of an object changes with its orientation. The exercises in this lecture will strengthen these visualization skills and prepare you for drawing more complex engineering components. Next slide, regular solid approximations in real-world applications. The regular solids that we study in engineering graphics are not just academic examples. They are closely related to many real-world engineering components. Observe the examples shown on this slide. Many machine parts, civil engineering structures, storage tanks, containers, pipes, bolts, and mechanical components are either regular solids or combinations of regular solids. When engineers design complex products, they often begin by visualizing them as simple geometric solids. This makes the design process, analysis, and manufacturing much easier. Therefore, mastering the projection of regular solids is an essential skill for every engineering student. Next slide. Hexagonal prism. Let us now solve our first projection problem. The object is a hexagonal prism with a base side of 25 millimeters and a height of 65 millimeters. The prism is resting on the horizontal plane on its base, which means its axis is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. Also, one of the base edges is parallel to the vertical plane. Since the prism is resting on its base, we begin the construction by drawing the top view, which shows the true shape of the hexagonal base. Once the top view is completed, we project the corresponding front view and mark the height of the prism as 65 millimeters. Always begin by carefully reading the given position of the solid before starting the drawing. Let us now learn how to draw the projections of a hexagonal prism step by step. The problem states that the prism has a base side of 25 millimeters and a height of 65 millimeters. It is resting on the horizontal plane on its base with one of its base edges parallel to the vertical plane. Step 1. Draw the XY reference line. Step 2. Since the prism is resting on its base, the top view shows the true shape of the base. Therefore, below the XY line, construct a regular hexagon of side 25 millimeters, ensuring that one of its edges is parallel to the XY line. This satisfies the condition that one base edge is parallel to the vertical plane. Step 3. Name the corners of the hexagon in sequence. For example, A, B, C, D, E, and F, and mark the center of the hexagon. Step 4. From every corner of the top view, draw vertical projectors upward to the front view. Step 5. Since the prism has a height of 65 millimeters, draw a horizontal line 65 millimeters above the XY line. This represents the top base of the prism in the front view. Step 6. Locate the projected points on this horizontal line and join the corresponding points to complete the front view of the prism. Step 7. Finally, darken the visible edges and draw the axis of the prism using a center line. By following these steps in the correct sequence, you can accurately construct the orthographic projections of a hexagonal prism in its simple position. Next slide, construction of projections of a pentagonal pyramid. Let us now draw the projections of a pentagonal pyramid step by step. The problem states that the pyramid has a base side of 25 millimeters and a height of 64 millimeters. It is resting on the horizontal plane on its base, with one of its base edges parallel to and nearer to the vertical plane. Step 1. Draw the XY reference line. Step 2. Since the pyramid is resting on its base, begin by drawing the top view. Below the XY line, construct a regular pentagon of side 25 millimeters, ensuring that one of its base edges is parallel to the XY line and is the nearest edge to the XY line. This satisfies the given condition that the edge is parallel to and nearer to the vertical plane. Step 3. Name the corners of the pentagon as A, B, C, D, and E and locate the center of the pentagon. This center represents the top view of the apex. Step 4. Join the center to all 5 corners of the pentagon. These lines represent the slant edges of the pyramid in the top view. Step 5. From all the corners and the center, draw vertical projectors upward to the front view. Step 6. Since the pyramid has a height of 64 millimeters, mark the apex on the center projector at 64 millimeters above the XY line. Step 7. The base of the pyramid lies on the horizontal plane, so the front view of the base will lie on the XY line. Locate the projected positions of the base corners on the XY line. Step 8. Join the apex to the corresponding base corners to complete the front view of the pentagonal pyramid. Finally, darken the visible edges and represent the hidden edges, if any, using dashed lines. Notice the difference between a prism and a pyramid. In a prism, the top face is parallel to the base, whereas in a pyramid, all the slant edges meet at a single apex. Next slide. Construction of projections of a cone. Let us now learn how to draw the projections of a cone step by step. The problem states that the cone has a base diameter of 60 millimeters and a height of 70 millimeters. It is resting on the horizontal plane on its base, which means its axis is perpendicular to the horizontal plane and parallel to the vertical plane. Step 1. Draw the XY reference line. Step 2. Since the cone is resting on its circular base, begin with the top view. Below the XY line, draw a circle of 60 millimeters diameter. This circle represents the true shape of the base. Step 3. Draw the horizontal and vertical center lines of the circle and mark the center as O. Step 4. From the left and right extreme points of the circle and from its center, draw vertical projectors upward to the front view. Step 5. In the front view, the base of the cone lies on the XY line. Draw the base as a straight line of 60 millimeters. Step 6. On the center projector, measure 70 millimeters above the XY line and mark the apex of the cone. Step 7. Join the apex to the two ends of the base line. These lines represent the visible generators of the cone and complete the triangular front view. Step 8. Draw the axis of the cone by joining the center of the base to the apex using a center line. The top view shows the true shape of the circular base, while the front view clearly shows the height and the sloping generators of the cone. Next slide. Construction of projections of a pentagonal prism resting on a rectangular face. Let us now learn how to draw the projections of a pentagonal prism resting on one of its rectangular faces. The problem states that the prism has a base side of 25 millimeters and a height or axis length of 65 millimeters. It is resting on one of its rectangular faces on the horizontal plane with its axis parallel to the horizontal plane and perpendicular to the vertical plane. Since the axis is parallel to the horizontal plane, the front view shows the true shape of the pentagonal base. Therefore, we begin with the front view. Step 1. Draw the XY reference line. Step 2. Above the XY line, construct a regular pentagon of side 25 millimeters. Position the pentagon so that one of its sides rests on the XY line. This represents the prism resting on one of its rectangular faces. Step 3. Name the corners of the pentagon as A, B, C, D, and E. Step 4. From each corner of the pentagon, draw vertical projectors downward to obtain the top view. Step 5. Since the prism has an axis length of 65 millimeters, measure 65 millimeters below the XY line along the projectors to locate the opposite end of the prism. Step 6. Draw lines parallel to the axis. To complete the top view, join the corresponding projected points to form the rectangular faces of the prism. Step 7. Finally, identify the visible edges and darken them. Represent any hidden edges using dashed lines wherever necessary. Notice the difference from the previous prism problem. Earlier, the prism was standing on its base. So we started with the top view. In this problem, the prism is resting on one of its rectangular faces. So the front view shows the true shape of the base, making it the appropriate view to construct first. Next slide. Exercise problems. Now, it is your turn to apply the concepts you have learned in this lecture. This slide contains 4 exercise problems involving different types of regular solids and their positions with respect to the horizontal plane and the vertical plane. Before starting any drawing, always follow the same systematic approach. First, read the question carefully and identify the type of solid, whether it is a prism, pyramid, cylinder, or cube. Next, note the dimensions such as the base side, diameter, or height. Then, understand the position of the solid. Pay close attention to whether it is resting on its base, on one of its faces, or on one of its generators. Also identify the orientation of its axis with respect to the horizontal plane and the vertical plane. Based on these conditions, decide which view should be drawn first. Remember, the view that shows the true shape of the base should normally be constructed first. After completing that view, project the remaining view using projectors. While drawing, use thin construction lines, maintain proper alignment between the views, and finally darken only the visible outlines. Draw center lines and hidden lines wherever required. I encourage you to solve all four problems on your own. The more you practice, the better your visualization skills and drawing accuracy will become. With this, we come to the end of this lecture on projection of regular solids in simple positions. Thank you and see you in the next lecture.